Board was one of the very important sources for that. Your YouTube videos, for the explainers, the MCQ series on different reports, budget, economic surveys, that provided me with very good practice. I also extracted content out of those explainer videos to include in my notes.
Oliveboard का वो मेंटरशिप प्रोग्राम था, उसमें अनिल सर के 2-3 सेशंस हुए थे, तो उन्होंने भी गाइड किया कि क्या अप्रोच रखना चाहिए, अगर मेंस का पेपर के लिए प्रिपेयर करना है तो वो कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है, प्रीलिम्स के लिए अगर अप्रोच रखना है तो वो कैसे रखना है, तो इस तरह से ओवरऑल फिर एग्जीक्यूशन के साथ में हुए।
Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard, welcome to the compilation series. We'll be discussing about the August 2025 finance current affairs. Okay, so this will be a MCQ based revision session for you guys. Let's quickly start the session. The agenda will be to discuss MCQs, exam oriented MCQs on the August 2025 month, right? We'll be also having concept discussion, plus I'll be also giving you some of the extra questions for your practice. Okay, so let's quickly start the session. The first one, SEBI has introduced flexible nomination framework. We all know that SEBI has recently started the flexible nomination framework. How many person can an investor nominate under this framework? So what do you think, guys? How many person can be nominated in the SEBI's new flexible nomination framework? Would love to see your participation as well. Do let me know the correct choice in the comment section. Everyone, quickly in the comment section. Now these finance current affairs RBI circular related sessions will be very important for your upcoming RBI Grade B examination or any other examination that you are giving having the finance current affair portion. The correct choice here will be, guys, option C, 10. So SEBI will now allow nominees up to 10, offering investors a greater flexibility. And now they have deferred, they have revised the date for the phase 3 implementation of this particular rule. So what is the new date for the phase 3 implementation? It is 15th of December 2025. It is 15th of December 2025. In the regular sessions, we have discussed that SEBI has extended the nomination framework deadline as of now. It was to be implemented in 3 phases, right? So the phase 3 deadline is now extended from 1st of September to 15th of December as of now due to operational difficulties. What are some of the features we should be aware of this particular nomination facility? There is a mandatory nomination and opt-out option. You need to nominate or formally opt out. If you want to give the nomination, then you need to clearly specify the nomination or you need to clearly opt out of the nomination facility, right? Acha, you can nominate up to 10% here. That's a kind of flexibility that you should be aware of. Next one. To reflect the current economic scale and improve the effectiveness of the regulatory threshold, as of now RBI has revised the monthly limit that defines the substantial interest. What do you mean by substantial interest? Previously it was 5 lakh rupees. Now the threshold has been revised as per the new RBI guidelines. What is the new monetary threshold as of now? From 5 lakh rupees to, can anyone tell me? The new limit is 2 crore. Okay, so earlier it used to be 5 crore, now it is 2 crore. In compliance with the 97th constitutional amendment aiming to enhance the governance in the cooperative institution, the RBI has amended the norms for director tenures, right? So what will be the maximum tenure now allowed for the directors other than the chairperson and the whole-time director? Good afternoon everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to the session. The maximum tenure, thank you so much Nihal, thank you so much. The maximum tenure here will be 10 years from now. Earlier it used to be 8 years, now it is 10 years. Okay. Next one. What is the monetary policy stance as per the recent declaration by the RBI, as per the recent monetary policy committee? Yes, please tell. What's the route? The correct answer will be option B, neutral. Okay, neutral monetary policy stance. Next one. The RBI acknowledged a visible trend concerning price levels, especially in the context of food and fuel. According to the central bank, which is the current condition of disinflation in India? What is the current condition of disinflation in India, guys? So Nihal, ratio analysis topic was earlier also there in your RBI Grade B syllabus back in 2016, 2015. Okay, so they used to ask questions. They have already asked capital gearing ratio, debt service coverage ratio, and so on. And it was again introduced in your course in 2023. So I can say that yes, you need to study for that ratio analysis as well. And in case of any doubt, you can always reach out to me. Okay. Definitely ratio analysis questions can come in the examination, but easy to moderate level, not so difficult. Okay, in the course we have covered easy to moderate level only. Yes, in MCQs. In MCQs. It will come in mains, okay, because you don't have finance FM topic in the phase 1, right? You only have finance current affairs in the phase 1. So it will be a part of mains exam. Okay. If it comes, it will come in the mains exam. So here the current state of disinflation in India is slowing. Okay, so disinflation is slowing down in India, and that's what we have discussed in the regular session as well. Next one, India's industrial output. India's industrial output has shown uneven movement. Recent reports also highlighted the performance in key segment of the industrial sector. Can you tell me which component have primarily contributed to this growth? Which sector has primarily contributed to this particular growth? Any opinion, guys? Whether it's electricity and steel, textile and electricity, oil and mining, pharma and electricity, या फिर electricity and mining. Anyone? Any idea? What's your opinion here? Not able to recall the questions? Is it so? So guys, revision of finance current affair is very, very essential, and in case if you are having any kind of backlog, please do cover it with the compilation series, okay? And do not miss the compilation series and the finance current affair series from now onwards. It can be very, very important for your upcoming examination, okay? The correct answer here is electricity and mining. Electricity and mining will be the correct choice here. Next one, despite of the global headwinds and domestic challenges, India's economic growth outlook remains optimistic. As per the RBI's latest estimate, what is the projected growth rate for the financial year 2026? As per the RBI's latest estimate declared in the Monetary Policy Committee as well, meeting as well, what is the projected GDP growth rate for the financial year 2026? The correct choice is 6.5. Very good, Aditya. That's the correct choice. Next one. Inflation projection from a critical component of monetary policy formulation, right? Can you tell me the expected projected inflation rate as of now? What is the inflation rate? So we discussed about the projected GDP rate. You need to also know about the projected inflation rate for the financial year 2026. Any idea? 3.1. Very good. 3.1 is the correct choice. Tell me, according to the new guidelines, how many times a user can check the status of pending UPI transaction? So new guidelines related to the UPI transaction has been introduced by NPCI. As per the new guidelines, how many times you can check for the pending UPI transaction? If you have done a transaction, let's suppose the transaction didn't materialize, it got rejected, or it's still pending. How many times you can check for it? 3 times. Okay, 3 times. Next one, very, very important for your upcoming examination. Even if you are giving any examination, this particular news will be very, very important. Which AMC has been granted the nod to launch India's first SIF, Specialized Investment Fund? So guys, we are having SIPs, which is a part of mutual fund. Again, then we are having PMS, Portfolio Management Services, and then AIF. So recently SEBI has introduced a new asset class to fill this gap between the mutual funds and the PMS, which is SIF. Can you tell me the name of the asset management company who will be the first AMC to launch an SIF in India? Acha, can you also tell me the limit of SIF guys? Limit of SIF, minimum amount required to be invested in SIF. This SIF can be very, very important for your upcoming examination. Whether it's PFRDA, whether it's RBI. Yes, Aditya, 10 lakh is the limit. And the first company to launch the AIF is Quant Mutual Fund as of now. They have got the final approval from the SEBI. Next one. From which fiscal year will the new base year be adopted for the GDP computation? So India is set to revise the GDP series methodology as of now. From which fiscal year will the new base year be adopted? The new base year will be adopted from 20 to 23. Okay. So I have summarized each and everything for you guys. Please do remember this chart. This is for GDP, IIP and CPI. Okay. Next one. To promote the investor awareness and streamline the dividend reclaim process, the IEPFA, Investor Education and Protection Fund, has launched a new 100-day campaign recently for reclaiming the unclaimed dividends of the investors. Can you tell me the name of that initiative? It is Saksham Niveshak. Option C, Saksham Niveshak. Okay. Next one. GST revenue collection, gross GST collection for the period July 2025, the August 2025 data is as of now not out yet. Okay. So July 2025 data, the GST collection was 1.96 lakh crore. Okay. And do you guys remember the key updates that they did in the recent GST Council meeting? Please do remember those updates. I'll also cover up with a session. Okay. I'll also bring a session in the Finance Current Affair series itself in the next week, and we'll be covering those updates as well. Basically, they have scrapped 2 slabs. Earlier we used to have 4 slabs. Now we are only having 2 slabs. Okay. So most of the things which used to be in 28% slab now is in 18% slab, and most of the things which used to be in 12% slab is now in 5% slab after the GST Council meeting. Acha, tell me, to expand insurance in underserved areas, IRDAI issued a new rural sector obligation for the insurers. This can be important. So these norms aim to deepen the insurance penetration in the rural panchayats during 2026. The insurer must collectively cover how many gram panchayats as of now? What are the new number as per the RBI, as per the IRDAI guidelines, and this can be more important for IRDAI students. No doubt, definitely, if you are giving RBI Grade B, we need to study each and everything, right? 25,000, yes, 25,000, very good. The India Post Payment Banks has introduced a major digital innovation aimed at simplifying the authentication for banking transactions. Which advanced method is being used for this particular purpose? So recently, India Post Payment Banks has introduced a major digital innovation. The major digital innovation was Aadhaar based face recognition. Okay, eliminating the need for OTP verifications or any kind of fingerprint verification. So this is a facial recognition which is based on Aadhaar. Next one, PFRDA has recently launched a new digital platform, basically a website under the new digital platform. Can you name the platform? Which was the platform? This can be important for the PFRDA. This can be important for the PFRDA. So under PFRDA Connect, yes, very good. Under the PFRDA Connect option D, they have launched a new website recently to enhance the digital engagement, transparency and regulatory accessibility. So please do remember PFRDA Connect, very, very important for your PFRDA exam as well. India's manufacturing activity witnessed a sharp rise in 2025, July 2025. We are talking about the Purchasing Managers Index of July 2025. Though the data related to August 2025 is also out yet, and I have yesterday only covered in my Finance Current Affairs session. So what was the data related to July 2025? Yes, it was 59.1, and now what is the recent data as per August 2025? The August 2025, very good, is 59.3 as of now. So again there is a slight increase. This is the July 2025 data because the August data has now been released. So you need to now remember the August data. July data अब पुराना हो चुका है. Next one, the income tax department has assigned a large scale technology upgrade project aimed at improving the identity management and PAN issuance. This can be important. This project will be called as PAN 2.0. Has been awarded to which IT company? Can be important. Yes. Perfect. Option D. LTI Mindtree. Next one. To strengthen the credit access in the rural and allied sector, the Union Cabinet has approved a significant financial grant to the National Cooperative Development Corporation. The fund will be deployed to support cooperatives in the areas like agriculture, dairy, fisheries. What is the total amount approved? Yes, budget is Vikas 792, but I feel that more important will be the name of the IT giant which has been appointed here, right? So budget will be on the last priority. Here the total amount of approved grant is 2000 crore. Very good, 2000 crore. Okay, next one. In its ongoing effort to deepen the capital market and enhance investor participation, the RBI has introduced new mechanism to simplify participation in auctions. What is the name of the framework or initiative aimed at improving the investor ease in the market access? It was auto bidding facility. So RBI has recently introduced an auto bidding facility. In which platform? In the RBI Retail Direct platform, right? Through RBI Retail Direct platform, retailers can also participate in the primary auctions plus buying and selling of the government securities in the secondary market as well, right? So auto bidding facility, now this can be very, very important for your examination, especially for the RBI students. Auto bidding facility for treasury bills is now being allowed by the RBI, so you can place the automatic bids as well based on the predefined level, right? And the transaction will automatically execute based on the rules that you have already punched in. Next one. SEBI is taking steps to simplify the corporate governance compliance norms by revising the threshold for the related party transaction, and as per the proposed framework, what percentage consolidated turnover will define the material related party transaction with turnover up to 20,000 crore. Though it's not final yet, it will be soon get finalized, and this can be important for your examination as well. Okay, because it's related to corporate governance. Most of the SEBI related stuff we can already see in the previous year question paper of RBI. It's related to corporate governance plus SEBI. 10% is the correct choice. Okay, option C, 10% is the correct choice. Next one. In the recent Monetary Policy Committee announcement, the RBI unveiled multiple initiatives to advance inclusive financial growth. Which of the following is not a customer-centric scheme announced by the RBI under this initiative? Under this initiative, which of the following is not at all a consumer-centric scheme announced by the RBI under this recent initiative? So they have announced KYC service at doorstep. That's correct. B, simplified settlement for deceased customer. That's also correct. Plus expanding the functionality of the RBI Retail Direct platform. That's also correct. But nothing such like interoperability drive was there in the meeting, right? Acha, tell me, RBI Retail Direct platform, we all know that it's an online gateway for retailers to participate in the government securities market. Can you tell me one new feature which RBI is planning to enable for the retailers here. Yes, very good. SIP, systematic investment plan. So now you are also permitted to do an SIP in the T-bills. That's an amazing feature. So I can say that the RBI has launched 3 consumer centric scheme. Very, very important for your examination. Very, very important. High chances that it can come in the examination. And guys, please do remember, जितना ज़्यादा लेटेस्ट होगा है ना फाइनेंस करंट अफेयर, उतना ज़्यादा आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाएगा. सो अगस्त मंथ सुपर इंपॉर्टेंट, सितंबर मंथ सुपर इंपॉर्टेंट, जुलाई जून मंथ सुपर इंपॉर्टेंट, जून जुलाई अगस्त, बिफोर द नोटिफिकेशन इज आउट you need to complete at least 3 months of the finance current affairs. That will give you an edge over the competition. Okay. So what were the 3 consumer centric scheme? First one, KYC service at the doorstep. What about else? RBI retail direct participation. So in this particular news, they have clearly written to enable the systematic investment plan for the treasury bills. Okay, this can be very, very important. This particular thing can be super important. The RBI has taken steps to simplify cross-border trade settlements in the Indian rupees by making procedural changes to the special rupee wash-through account. As of now, you need to identify the incorrect statements. From the recent changes, you need to identify the incorrect statement. देखो PFRDA 6 सितंबर के लिए ठीक है, लास्ट वीक ऑफ अगस्त नॉट सो इम्पॉर्टेंट. ओके, मुझे ऐसा लगता है पेपर ऑलरेडी तब तक हो चुका होगा, बन चुका होगा आपका, राइट. स्टिल यू कैन जस्ट डाउनलोड माई PDF एंड गिव इट अ क्विक रीडिंग. ओनली दोज थिंग्स दैट आई हैव क्लियरली टोल्ड कि इंपॉर्टेंट है, उसको आप फटाफट से देख सकते हो, बाकी इट्स फाइन. ओके, LIC AO as of now I'm not tracking, guys, so I won't be able to comment on that as of now. But still, if you are doing that particular course related to LIC AO mains, definitely I'll share a recorded video, okay, later on. But as of now, we need to completely focus on the revision of the August 2025. Why? Because there are some of the PFRDA students as well, they are having the exam tomorrow, so we need to first focus on the compilation rather than any other thing as of now. So definitely we'll be taking it later on in some other session. Here the correct choice is none of the above. All these statements given are correct. Next one, acha, there was a circular related to co-lending arrangement. Very, very important. Can you tell me the CLAs are applicable to all except which of the following? The co-lending arrangement is applicable to all except which of the following? What do you think, guys, here? What should be the correct choice? The correct choice here is small finance bank, local area bank, regional rural bank, right? On these entities, CLA won't apply. I have told you that all the commercial banks minus SFB, minus LAB, minus RRB, right? But if I talk about the NBFC plus HFC, Housing Finance Company, on both this CLA arrangement will apply. The CLA arrangement can be very, very important. There is a dedicated video on CLA on our channel. Please do watch it. If not, then you can also watch the part 1 of the RBI circular August 2025, right? Next one, can you tell me the name of the agreement which is done between both the regulated entities, who are entering into a arrangement, who are entering into a co-lending arrangement? Very good. That's ex ante agreement, right? Option C, ex ante agreement. So anything related to this particular circular can be very, very important. Next one. Tell me the minimum percentage of each individual loan that each RE must retain as per the revised CLA. So let's suppose me and Aditya, we both are lending, we both are co-lending to a borrower. So what should be the minimum percentage we need to retain of that loan in order to qualify here? Yes, minimum 10%. So there should be skin in the game. There should always be skin in the game. That's why the minimum percentage stated here is 10%. Next one, in how many days, in how many calendar days after the disbursement must the loan be transferred to the partner RE? In how many days you need to record it in your books of accounts? So the correct choice is in 15 calendar days. Okay, not so important. I can say that this particular thing is very, very important. Ex ante agreement important, and your applicability of this co-lending arrangement can be important. This days wala is at a second priority level, ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा कि नहीं आ सकता, definitely it can come, still at a second priority. अच्छा, next one, again weighted average rate. If two entities are giving the loan, definitely they will be using the blended interest rate. Okay, so do remember this concept as well. अच्छा, what if one particular RE, let's suppose there are two REs, me and Aditya. So I have classified the loan as NPA or special mention account. Now, can Aditya classify this particular loan as a performing asset instead of NPA or SMA? What do you think? He needs to classify based on the prudential norms. So, because the prudential norms are same for both only, we will be classifying on similar basis only, right? We will be classifying on similar basis only. It's not like that we will be having different classification. Next one. DLG, what is the maximum DLG, maximum default loss guarantee in this particular revised guidelines related to CLA? So the originating RE can contribute up to maximum, can give maximum up to 5% as default loss guarantee. Even if the loan goes to default, still the originating RE will be giving a guarantee up to 5% of the total loan to the partner RE, right? As per the CLA arrangement, which of the following statement is incorrect? Quickly read the following statement and tell me which one of the following is incorrect here. Which of the following is incorrect here? Now these true false related questions will be giving you a broad understanding of the entire circular. They may not come as it is, obviously, because this is a true false based question. It may not come as it is in the examination like the other questions, but they will give you a conceptual clarity of the topic, which is very, very essential. Here we are having some of the statements. You just need to identify the incorrect statement. Very good. Only 3. Out of the 2 RE, 1 RE must report the share of both the REs to the credit information companies. Never. You need to report your own respective shares to the credit information company, right? You have your own share, I have my own share, right? So we both have to report the own share to the CIC. We are not at all concerned with the counterparty RE. Why? Because we are just sharing the loans. We are not sharing the responsibilities related to reporting, right? Next one. Tell me the projected inflation, retail inflation rate for the financial year 2026. We have a expected rate of inflation at 3.1% for the financial year 2026. What about 2027 as per the recent RBI update? That is 4.4. Okay, 4.4. Next one. With the revision of CPI AL and CPI RL base year, there have been significant changes. The changes reflect more current spending patterns. With which of the following statement is correct here related to this particular CPI AL and RL? Basically, AL stands for agriculture labor and RL stands for rural labor. Not so important, okay, not so important. So on a second priority level, basically all of the above statements are correct. Not so important, second priority level. Okay. Tell me the SIP facility. The SIP facility which has recently been made available by the Reserve Bank of India is in which security? This can be important. Again, we have already discussed, yes, T-bills. Okay, so please do remember it's only allowed in T-bills as of now. It's not like that it's allowed in each and every government security. As of now, they have allowed only in Treasury bills. Very, very important. Next one. Okay, so this one we have already covered, auto bidding facility, right, in the Treasury bills. The Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana PMUY continues to provide targeted LPG subsidies to the low income household. Again, you must have covered this particular question in the schemes. What is the total estimated outlay approved in the PMUY for 2026? It is 12,000 crore. Yes, very good. It's 12,000 crore. Acha, can you tell me the GMV, gross merchandise value, which is recently achieved by governance e-marketplace platform in the financial year 2025? This can be important. This can be important. How much gross merchandise value? $5.4 trillion INR. Okay, 5.4 trillion INR. So on the recently 9th foundation day of the GEM, they had a significant increase in the gross merchandise value. Whatever goods and services are being traded, we call it as gross merchandise value here. Next one, the International Finance Corporation IFC and HDFC Capital have jointly launched a large fund aimed at addressing the India's housing shortage. What is the focus area of this 1 billion fund? Yes, green housing, green affordable housing. So usually I don't cover news related to this in the important sessions, but because this is related to the green affordable housing and everything which is green here is so important for our upcoming examination. So don't ignore topics like green bonds, green finance, right? ESG, BRSR. These topics should be in your super strong zone. Next one, important. SEBI has proposed a framework to simplify the capital market access for a select group of low risk foreign institutional investor. Low risk FII. Just write in your copy low risk FII and write the name of this particular framework. That's it. You don't have to each and every time view the lecture or read my PDF. Just make your own short notes, one-liner short notes. Okay, that will be a game changer for you guys. I can say that I always repeat this thing again and again, but only 1% or 0.1%, 0.5% students will be preparing those detailed notes of the finance current affairs, and that's what the passing percentage of phase 1 is all about, right? Close to 1%. Yes, SWAGAT-FI. Okay, option E, SWAGAT-FI. So please do make the short pointer notes for RBI Grade B students. Very, very important. Next one. A public sector financial enterprise achieved a landmark by becoming the first in its NBFC category to cross 1 lakh crore in the business turnover. This milestone was reached in just 4 years. Which is the name of the organization who has achieved this who has accomplished this particular achievement? Yes, KSFE. Okay, KSFE. Option E, KSFE. Perfect. RBI has nudging the market towards deeper rupee internationalization by enabling the trade partners to hold and deploy INR efficiently. A recently step involved in the directions related to SRVA, Special Rupee Vostro account, was released, right? The aim was to basically streamline route in the government securities and improve the settlement flexibility under this change. What specific relaxation has been given to the SRVA holders? We all know that the registration requirement of the FPI, SRV holders may invest without even the FPI registration, which earlier used to be compulsory. Okay, so very good everyone, very good. So guys, before moving ahead, just wants to give you a heads up that we are launching a crash course related to RBI Grade B 2025. This is the batch 4 and you can later on check the course highlights as well. Next question. In July 2025, the headline CPI was at the lowest level, right? What was the CPI level in the July 2025? As of now, we don't have the August data. I think in 1 or 2 days it will be released, most probably by Monday. What is the July 2025 data? The July 2025 data was 1.55, okay, 1.55. Acha, tell me which component primarily was the driving reason of such a kind of decline in the headline inflation, which was the driving reason mainly. Was it fuel? Was it transport and communication, food prices, housing prices, or miscellaneous? It was food prices, okay, it was food prices, very good. So we have seen that retail inflation in July 2025 was at the lowest, and I think yes, food was the correct choice. And I think in August we are going to again hit a new mark of the lowest inflation, though the data is not still released. So definitely we'll be covering that as well as soon as the data is released. So there was a sharp fall in the food prices because of this the entire inflation was down, okay, and food inflation is now in the negative territory. So this is called as deflation. This is called as deflation, okay. The market infrastructure changes often need phased implementation so that brokers, depositories and clearing entities can complete the testing. So that's why SEBI recently has extended the timeline for the margin facility through pledging, repledging. As of now, what is the new timeline that SEBI has given? The new timeline is 10th of October. Okay, not so important, but still. For the RBI Grade B students, I'll recommend. Please do remember this one. Next one. Disaggregated CPI offers signals on demand, supply and seasonality. Which statement is incorrect? If we talk about inflation in the context of inflation, which of the following statement is not at all correct? Option D, rural inflation is higher than the urban inflation. It's not like that. The urban inflation was higher than the rural inflation. So statement D is incorrect. Statement D is incorrect. Okay. So please do remember, urban inflation was higher than the rural inflation. That's it. Next one. The sectoral bodies increasingly demand measurable ESG outcome from the resource producers. A premier global forum in the mining set a rigorous expectation for environment, safety and transparency. Recently, an Indian firm was admitted as the first member from the country. Which company achieved this particular milestone? Which company achieved this particular milestone recently? It was Hindustan Zinc. Okay, option E, Hindustan Zinc. This can be important. Okay, so please do remember this particular question. Next one is related to the check truncation system. Recently, RBI has updated the CTS guidelines. So check clearing timelines materially influence the liquidity for the firms and the households. under the new framework, what changes was introduced in the CTS? Can you guys tell me what changes was introduced in the CTS as of now? Earlier we used to follow the batch based processing system, but now we have shifted to the continuous clearing system. Okay, continuous clearing system. Option D. Option D here is the correct choice. Very good. Next one. Bridging the MSME credit gap requires institutional handholding, documentation support, and faster linkage to formal finance. Can you tell me which organization has signed a MoU to boost the MSME credit facilitation right now, recently? It was NSIC. It was NSIC. Okay, NSIC. Next is related to the cross-border fund houses. They are deepening the presence in the Gulf, and recently an entity has secured a UAE license first among the Indian firms. Can you tell me the name of the Indian firm which has recently obtained a license in UAE related to the cross-border fund house? Now this firm can do the onshore fund and the portfolio management of the local investors as well, right? It was Kotak Mahindra International. Okay, so earlier they used to tie up with the local players for doing the portfolio management and onshore funds. Now they can directly do it. Okay, they have received the license. This was the first Indian firm to receive a license in the UAE land. Responsible for the use of advanced model. Now this can be important. Can you tell me the full form of the free AI? Recently RBI has released a report on the free AI. This is not Fokatwala free. There is a full form of free. Okay, can you tell me the full form of this one? And this can be very, very important. Framework for responsible and ethical enablement of artificial intelligence. Okay, even if you are not able to cover the entire report, there are some questions which you can also do, right? No doubt they are not at all a substitute of the entire report, because the report is close to, I think, 50 to 70 pages. We have already covered it in a video. Still, you can do these MCQs. These are high probability questions that can come up in the examination. Next one. There are 7 sutras released under the report of free AI. Which of the following is not one of the 7 sutras? Which of the following is not one of the 7 sutras? The correct choice is option D, data localization first. Okay, it's not at all one of the 7 sutras. Here are the 7 sutras: capacity, assurance, protection, governance, infrastructure, policy. Okay, you need to remember these 7 sutras. Next one. To operationalize responsible AI, the blueprint cluster actions into broad 2 buckets: capability building and risk controls, with specific levers under each category. The intention to encourage the experimentation while ensuring safety nets, which set correctly states the 6 strategic pillars. Important for RBI Grade B students. Very, very important for RBI Grade B students. AI is already a hype. Okay, it's having a real use case as well. So it's on a very, very hype, I can say. As of now, super duper hype of AI is there, plus the use case is also there. So I believe that 1 or 2 questions can definitely come from this particular area of free AI report. The correct choice is infrastructure, policy, capacity, governance, protection and assurance. Okay, these are the 6 strategic pillars mentioned in the free AI report. Next one. Sovereign credit assessment. Again, India's sovereign credit rating has been upgraded. What is the new class in which it is upgraded? Anyone? Triple B. Very good. Triple B. Next one. can you tell me, as per the recent Free AI Committee report, how many surveys were conducted involving the stakeholders? So stakeholders were scheduled commercial banks, NBFCs, AIFI. So basically this Free AI Committee report states about a particular survey, market survey. So the market survey were including the institutions like the banks and financial institutions. Can you tell me how many surveys were conducted? So 2 surveys were conducted, okay, 2 surveys were conducted as of now. Again, a low probability question, still it can come in the examination. The first priority will always be these 7 sutras, full form of the Free AI, okay, 6 strategic pillars, and this again will be a second priority question. There were 2 surveys, okay. So guys, before moving ahead, we are having few more questions. We will be definitely discussing that as well. You can practice the previous year questions as well on the Oliveboard website, and the 2024 year PYQ is completely free. You can give that on an exam environment, right, exam oriented environment on the Oliveboard's website. So do visit the Oliveboard website and definitely check out this free PYQ for all of you 2024 wala. Okay, next one, the internal working group of the RBI. Again, I have covered the internal working group report in a very detailed manner, right, covering all the highlights plus all the concepts. Do watch it later on if you are giving the RBI Grade B examination. The IWG has reviewed the existing liquidity management framework. So from that report, can you identify the incorrect statements? Read the following 4 statements and identify which of the following is not at all correct. Which of the following statement or are is incorrect? What do you think, guys? Which of the following statements are incorrect? Option E, third and fourth statements are incorrect. WACR should not remain, it's false. WACR should remain the operating target, or I can say it will remain the operating target, because it is completely correlating with the other overnight rates. And activity in the call money market has increased. No, both the statements are false. Rest of the statements are correct. Next one. So RBI has recently released the Q1 data of 2026 related to the private non-financial companies. Can you tell me by what percentage did the sales of private non-financial company increased year on year basis in the Q1 2026? So here we are comparing the Q1 of 2026 with that of the Q1 of 2025. The increase is option C, 5.5%. Perfect. 5.5%. Next one. SEBI has revised the compliance timeline for the stockbrokers in regard to submission of the half-yearly certificate. So every stockbroker needs to submit a half-yearly certificate related to the net worth. Okay. As per the new guidelines, in how many days from the half year ended 31st March must submit the certificate? So we are having 2 half years, September and March. September month ended and March month ended. So what do you think? I am talking about the March month as of now. From 31st, very good. 45 days, okay. If we talk about, 60 days. 60 days is the timeline, okay. 45 I think was related to September, if I'm not wrong. Right. For the March it was 60 days. So they have given adequate timeline as of now. Next one. As per the recent released data by the RBI, performance of the private corporate business sector, there was a comparative analysis related to various segments. Can you tell me which sector showed the highest growth in the assessment year? The private corporate business data released by RBI. Which sector showed the highest growth in the assessment? Was it manufacturing? Was it service IT, service non-IT, power, logistics? It was service non-IT. Service non-IT, option C. Okay. Next one. Year-on-year growth rate in the industrial output as per the recently released data of the index of 8 core industries for July 2025. It was 2%. It was 2%. Important. Indian government has planned to create a new exchange platform to bring transparency and better pricing to a specific commodity sector. This will serve as a central mechanism for the national trade. What kind of exchange they are going to establish? Very, very important. Mineral trading exchange. Okay, mineral trading exchange is the correct choice. Mineral trading exchange, important. Next one. Which bank became the first public sector bank to incorporate the domain migration as per the latest announcement? So every bank is required to make the domain migration. Every NBFCs are also required to make the domain migration. If you are a bank, then bank.in will be your domain. If you are an NBFC, then fin.in will be your domain. PNB Bank is the first public sector bank to complete that migration process. Very good. Option E. Next one. From which date NPCI will be discontinuing the UPI P2P collect request? So let's suppose you need to pay me 1000 rupee, for example, via UPI. So what I did is I initiated the transaction. How can a receiver initiate the transaction? That's what collect request is all about. I can initiate the transaction. You will be receiving a payment request and then you can pay it. So NPCI has completely said that you need to discontinue this practice from 1st of October 2025. Why? Because a lot of fraud cases were coming up. That's why NPCI has discontinued it. Next one. Disinvestment strategy. The government of India has appointed a prominent investment banking firm to manage the disinvestment strategy solely. Which is the name of the organization? Who will be the sole transaction advisor? Yes, Goldman Sachs. Okay, very good. Next one. Tell me the name of the first AI native digital bank which was recently launched, marking a milestone for Malaysia's banking sector. What was the name of the first digital bank, AI native digital bank? It was Right Bank, RYT Bank. Okay, so guys, that's all from my end for today. And for those who are seeking the mentorship related to RBI, here we are having a very special batch, which is 101 mentorship batch for the RBI Grade B 2025. You will be getting 101 mentorship with the RBI, from the person who himself has scored a All India 1 rank in the RBI Grade B examination, right? And you will be getting the live class and access to all the bank related to lectures, related to your questions, related to your material. Plus we are offering a free preparation kit as well, so you can download this preparation kit as well. You'll be getting the 10 PDF ebooks. So thank you so much everyone. We have completed the August month finance current affairs here in this particular session. Thank you so much for participating. See you soon. And those who are having the PFRDA exam tomorrow, all the very best from my end. Don't take any kind of stress. Just give a quick revision and let's try to ace this examination. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care. See you soon.